Brothers and sisters, Brother John, watchmen for that great day. I just have to share with you something that happened 2 years ago. I'm sure you all know about this video. I would just like to give you a message, even with Pastor James Cadiz, as he expresses his thoughts on this time and COP26. That's when it was, COP26. Now we're 2 years later, and I just posted a new James Cadiz video in my community section. So I would like to do a little, just copy this video and just put in my wording around what he is saying, and even share with you my thought, as long with Brother James Cadiz, Pastor James Cadiz. God bless you.
Guys, I've said it many times. The Bible tells us what is going to be happening in the last days, and we are most definitely in the last days. Now, when you read Daniel chapter 9, verse 27, it tells us this. It says, "And he shall confirm the covenant with many for 1 week." Now, that would be the beginning of the 70th week of Daniel, which is known by many as the tribulation, not to be conflated with the Great Tribulation, which is the last half of that 70th week, the last 3.5 years of that 7-year period. But what's interesting is there are people, for whatever reason, that debate over who that phrase "he" refers to. Now, of course, we know what that phrase "he" refers to. That pronoun, I hate using the term pronoun nowadays, that pronoun refers to the Antichrist. Now, I think it's interesting because you are about to watch a video of Prince Charles talking about climate change and all kinds of other stuff. And one of the things that he does is he makes reference to a particular individual in a very subtle way. And I want you to pay very special attention to what he says, because, folks, what he says is scary. So pay attention to this. This is unbelievable. But let's take a listen to what Prince Charles says here.
Genuinely renewable and sustainable. So, ladies and gentlemen, my plea today is for countries to come together to create the environment that enables every sector of industry to take the action required. We know this will take trillions, not billions of dollars. We also know that countries, many of whom are burdened by growing levels of debt, simply cannot afford to go green. Here we need a vast military-style campaign to marshal the strength of the global private sector. With trillions at its disposal, far beyond global GDP, and with a great
trillions at his disposal. Military-style action is what he's talking about. But let me just go back for just a second. It's almost like something possessed him to say this. And I can tell you this, it was not a Freudian slip. Now, I know they've tried to correct it since he's made this speech. But he didn't make a mistake here, folks. This is what he said. And he knew what he was saying. Let me say it again. Let me rewind it so you can hear this. It's very subtle. Take a listen.
Countries, many of whom are burdened by growing levels of debt, simply cannot afford to go green. Here we need a vast military-style campaign to marshal the strength of the global private sector.
Military-style campaign to marshal the strength of the global sector. Now that's scary. That sounds like a one-world government. That sounds like a new world order. But look what he goes on to say. Pay attention to the subtlety here.
With trillions at his disposal.
Trillions at his disposal. Who is he talking about? Trillions at whose disposal? Folks, the Bible tells us that there will be a final Antichrist one day who will come. People will uplift him. The Jews will refer to him as literally their Messiah. They're already preparing anointing oil for that specific purpose. And what is unique about this is the conglomerate of issues that are coming together to point us to the fact that we are talking about the rise of the Antichrist. And folks, make no mistake about it, I don't know who that person is that he's referring to. Nobody knows. But I know specifically the character that person will be. That is the final Antichrist. Now here's the good news. The good news is we will not have the final Antichrist revealed to us on this earth until the church is raptured. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 3 tells us this. That means the rapture is around the corner. We need to get our head in this game, folks. We need to fight the good fight. We need to continue to stand for righteousness, because guess what? Jesus is coming soon. Make no mistake about it. He's on his way. God bless you guys.